Hello everyone. I hope that this video finds you all healthy, happy, and well, and safe. I got cut off on my first video, so I don't know what's gonna happen again. I had given a disclaimer that we are looking at some dark skies and thunder and lightning, and so I'm not sure how long the Wi-Fi will hold up, so I will make my message as quick as possible. I was on a roll in my last one, so I know I lost all of that. But anyway, I wanted to come on and just invite you guys to come out tomorrow to the Phoenix Rising Stories. That's tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. You're going to be able to catch that streaming on my Facebook page and also on YouTube. You can register for that at phoenixrisingstories.eventbrite.com. So I'm going to be featuring 6 panelists where we're all going to be talking about how they all rose from the ashes of their life. And, you know, as I've been preparing for this event, I wanted to share with you an experience that I had with my youngest daughter. I gave her the book White Rage to read by Carol Anderson. And it's a pretty heavy book, but when she started reading it, she was just reading the prologue of the book. I was, you know, in the office typing away, and she plopped herself behind me in the chair, and she said, "Mom," and I knew as soon as she said that, you know, she wanted to talk about something. So I closed down my laptop, and I was like, "Yes, sweetie," and she said, she asked me, she says, "Why do they hate us so much?" And I knew what she was talking about because she had started reading the book. And, you know, and I told her, I said, they don't all hate us so much. I said, you know, I know you're reading about a moment in time in history, and it seemed that way, but really, they didn't all hate us, and they don't all hate us now. And that became an opportunity for me to really talk to her about race relations and a teachable moment for both of us, right? And as I was thinking about this, I said, you know, who is going to be controlling the narrative of our stories? That's what I was, you know, asking myself. Like, who is going to control the narrative of our stories and writing history the way it needs to be written? And as I think about this present time, you have to know that we all are a part of history being made. And so what are they going to be writing about us in years to come? What do we want the generations to know about the American people today? What are the generations going to know, even within your family, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren? What is that generation of your family going to know about you? What do you want them to know about you? When the history books are written and they say the people of America or the people of this nation, they're talking about us. And they're going to be recording all of the choices that we've made, the decisions that we've made, the actions that we took. What do we want that to say? And like I've said this before, there's an opportunity. You hear me say this a lot. There is an opportunity. And we get to be a part of history in the making, right? Even within our own individual lives. And we don't really look at it that way. We don't see how our individual personal lives fit into the entire whole historical context of what's going on. But you have to realize that everything that you do for you personally, your family, your nucleus there, it reaches out beyond you. It stretches out beyond just you and yours. And this is how we have to start thinking about one another as a collective, about how we treat one another, the things we say to one another, and what that effect is going to have on one another. And what does that mean for the history of this country? And what does that mean for our lives? What do we really want people to be saying about us? So this is why the Phoenix Rising Stories was so important to me, because without these interviews, you may never know or hear the stories of these people otherwise, and know about the work that they're doing in the world, the impact that they're making. And it's not just the stories that I want you all to, be present for. It is about the lessons learned. It is about what they gleaned and what they learned along the way. Those are the nuggets. That's the wisdom that will go down in history, that you all will get from that. So they're going to be imparting into your life some of the things that they've learned in their journey, so that you will be able to identify for yourself those same lessons. You will be able to identify those Phoenix moments in your life, and to also be able to see how you can take anything that might have happened, a lived experience that you've had, and how you can mold that and shape that and use that for good. But all of this is a part of the larger picture, the big picture of who we are as a nation and as a country, with all of these different experiences. And like I said before, it doesn't matter where you're from, what color you are, what religious background, what part of the world you live in. None of that matters, because what you're going to see tomorrow is that we still all will have shared lived experiences. We all know what loss is. We all know what pain is. We all know what regret is, no matter where you come from and what your beliefs are. We share that with one another. So I hope you'll consider joining us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Register at phoenixrisingstories.eventbrite.com and be a part of the conversation. As I always say, go out and change the world. Until I see you again. Bye-bye.